It's 8 p.m. You know what? I almost said it's 8 a.m. It's 8 p.m. Eastern time on a Wednesday. And that means it's time for This Week at Gear Report, where we talk about all of the reviews and articles and cool stuff that we've published since the show last week, as well as upcoming things that are in the queue and you might expect to see on Gear-Report.com soon. We have an illustrious panel with us here yet again. In the igloo shirt, we're going to call it the igloo shirt, right? Because we're avoiding the keywords that the evil overlords don't want us to say, right? So in the igloo shirt, we have the birthday boy himself, Mr. Half Century. Say hello to TJ.
What's up, people? Gear-Report.com. Half a century and 2 days old. Feel fantastic.
Did you ever imagine that you would actually make it to half a century old?
No, I was excited. I was running around like, man, I made it to 50. And then, we jumped off the roof and probably shouldn't have done that, but I'm still alive. What's up, bud?
And we're happy for it. Oh, man, Ghost is there too.
Nice.
Buck, the gun-loving grandpa, Honcho Fat.
Oh, man.
Ghost Tactical. Oh, I got to tell you something. Ghost let me in on a little secret last night. I was on the Armed Citizen podcast over on Ghost Tactical with Clover Tack, and once we went off air, he shared a secret. I got to tell you, look at that. The hair's standing up on my arms thinking about it. He has got something exciting. I don't know when he is able to share it. I'm thinking he said that it's tied something like to November 1st or 2nd. I don't know. But whatever, whenever, it's going to be big. It's going to be awesome. It's going to make you go, damn. So keep an eye on Ghost Tactical. He's going to announce that as soon as he's allowed to, whenever that is. And I've been, that's what I'm saying. Honcho doesn't even know what it is yet, and he's already going, damn. Yeah. All right. So, and you know what? We'll use that as a reminder. This is an interactive show. Okay. If you're here to watch, whether you're live or in replay, you got a comment section. Leave a comment. Interact a little bit. Let us know what questions you have. Weigh in on the topic at hand. All right. Who should we go to next? Oh, that's a good idea, Ghost. Let's go to Toby.
Oh, what are we doing? Introductions? Hey, Toby, Minor Ridge Armory, Gear Report. I'm here.
All right.
I missed what I was supposed to be doing. Sorry.
I know. I get excited, and people were like,
"Somebody pulled my chain." Yeah, somebody pulled my chain, and so I just
yeah. November 1st. That's the date we're waiting for Ghost. All right. Oh, this is awesome. My son has this habit of texting me as soon as I get on a live broadcast, like every evening. We make sure he doesn't need something really important here.
Well, he doesn't need anything really important.
Oh, it says. Okay, awesome. Yeah, yesterday when the live broadcast started, he said something about I think you're going to need a new key for your car. I'm like, what does this mean? Can he not get the car started? Is he stranded? Did he break it? I mean, what happened? I don't know. And 20 minutes later, I hear the garage door go up. So I'm like, hey, he must have made it. All right. And let's see. Oh, I've been delaying. Mitch is like, do I unmute my mic yet? Is it my turn to talk? Is he going to let me talk this week? Yeah, Mitch, you get to introduce yourself, brother.
Eric Stratton, Rush Chairman. Damn glad to meet you. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Gear Report. It's good to be here. Glad to be amongst the other illustrious staff and sundry other personnel.
Yeah, I was going to say, don't forget us. All right. Yeah. Hey, we're happy to have you here. Let's see. What? Oh, okay. So this is a guess, I think, for Ghost November 1 announcement. Let's hope not. Okay. No, actually, I know what it is. It's not that. I'll give you a hint of what it has to do with, okay? But it's going to come later in the show. You're going to have to stick around if you want that hint. So for now, let's see. Let's go look at Gear Report, and we'll take a look at recently completed reviews. All right, so, I got to get to the right screen if I want to scroll. I'm scrolling, sitting here in StreamYard, like, how come it's not moving? Because it doesn't move like that. Okay. October 12th. We talked about the Crimson Trace CTS 1400 last week. That means we've moved up from that little open reflex sight to a full-blown, magnified, like high-end Japanese glass optic. Am I right, Toby?
He's not paying.
Yes.
We lost him.
Yeah. Yes.
Yes,
Sorry. No,
tell you
I'm
what's
getting
going
text.
on.
I'm getting texting to. I'm getting texting to. So
Okay. Do you want us to come back to you so you can handle that?
no, do not come back to me. So
All right.
let me talk about it. So yes. So unfortunately, you see those two articles side by side, the Crimson Trace CTS 1400 and the Crimson Trace CTL 5324, because I don't think we had any content published in between the two. But yes, the CTL 5324 has been published since last week, since our last This Week at Gear Report. And yes, it does have the Japanese style glass. That stuff is. I mean, again, it's just like every week. I want to just jump in and tell you all the good and all the bad, and I want to talk about it and just go crazy happy. But if I do that, then nobody will go watch the video or read the articles. So I can't do that. But yes, among other things, it does have a crystal clear Japanese glass that gives no artifacting or ghosting around the edges, even out at longer distances. It's a pretty solid optic. I mean, again, I don't know how much I can give away without giving away the entire article, but we reviewed it, and it was the glass that we used on top of the DSP Armory Titan when we went to through all the I've run it through since March, and then culminating at the Tactical Response 2-day sniper course that we took it through. So
It only takes 2 days to become a sniper?
yeah, that's it. Just 2 days. I mean,
Dude, that's awesome.
a civilian sniper.
Congratulations.
I mean, boom.
Sign me up.
Yeah, they handed me my boonie hat with a mesh on it and face paint, and I'm good.
Do you have a ghillie suit?
Yeah, I mean, I only borrowed it from him, Mr. Gilly, but I've got it right now. I mean, I got to give it back, but
I got you. All right, looks like you detail some pretty cool kind of. A lot of people, when they install a scope, they just kind of do the basics of, I need some kind of rings, and they kind of bolt those on, and I guess the scope sits up here, so they kind of set it there and tighten everything down. And it looks like you kind of went through and made sure you got all the details right.
So I'm glad you mentioned that. So it's cool story, bro. Basically, is what it boils down to. We knew we were going to be doing the review of the DSP Armory Titan. And we wanted to put a decent glass on it that was worthy of the rifle, assuming the rifle actually performed, which, we'll get to that here in a minute. And it did, spoiler alert. But we didn't just want to put a good quality, $1,500, $2,000 piece of glass, just slap it on the rifle with some Walmart rings. So the same company that we reached out to hook us up with the Crimson Trace optic to be able to facilitate the review, also sent over. We requested that they send over some of the Wheeler products, the scope base, the cantilever mount scope rings in 34 millimeter, as well as the Wheeler Ultra Scope mount kit, which and then I personally purchased the correct size lapping kit because I had scope ring lapping kits, but I only had the 30 millimeter and the 1 inch. And so I went out and dropped coin on the 34 millimeter so that I could lap the scope rings and, get them perfectly level, get them, as solid torque down as I possibly could, Loctited, to do it the correct way. And throughout that process, I used that opportunity to publish a video over on a how-to video on the Mine Ridge Armory side of the house, not a review, but a how-to on how to do, scope mounting the right way, like a professional, so to speak. Wasn't me, by the way. I'm not the professional. I stole the idea from other people. And then I also spun off the content for the Wheeler scope rings and the Wheeler Ultra mount kit over to Gear Report to do the review. So it actually spun up a bunch of materials back months and months and months ago at the very beginning of the review cycle. And then, so yeah, there is links to those articles in the CTL 5324 article that you're seeing there. And what you just scrolled past, so scroll back down to those two little graphics.
I'm going up, dude. Sorry, the momentum shifted.
Okay,
here are the links he was talking about. Where to
Yes.
get it, and then all the other products that he was just referring to. Now, are you directing me to the bottom of the article, sir?
I am indeed. Just as another little quick side point, and this, it's a teaser for one of the cons actually, and it's in the cons section. One of the cons was, and bless their hearts, I don't know why they did this. Scroll down a little more, a little more. Those two graphics right there. Okay. Oddly enough, that's pretty important graphics. Those are, if you're doing ranging and you're doing, people who know how to use scopes quasi well, know that how you mill it out and how your reticle works is, hey, there's DSP Armory. They just joined us. Hello, DSP Armory. Good to see you. When you're ranging it out, that's important for you to know what the scale is that you're looking at in your glass, whether it's first focal plane, whether it's second focal plane, where the magnification level is for the default setting. So if you've got a 6 or 5 to 25 is the default setting for it on a second focal plane at 10x or whatever. And then you have to do your ranging based on that. All of the manuals that you download from the Crimson Trace website, none of them have this information. Period. So, and I Googled it. I looked for YouTube videos. I've done everything I can on the internet to find this information that was in the manual that came with my scope, but you just can't find it anywhere. And so as a public service to everybody out there in YouTube's land and on the internet, I actually took a picture of the user manual and published that out there. So we may want to actually make those to where you can click them and make them larger or something in the article.
What I was just looking at is
yeah, that might
it
be
looked like you didn't make those so you could make them bigger. I'm going to fix that right now. Just keep talking.
Yeah, I'm horrible. I am totally horrible. I'm totally horrible at WordPress. And so, yeah, now I'll spin over DSP Armory. So, hey, thanks for joining us, DSP Armory. I appreciate it. That's probably Ted or Mr. Hobans, one of the two. And thanks for joining us. But we just started talking about the Crimson Trace CTL 5324 that's mounted on top of your rifle, and how that review article with your rifle has actually been published since last week too. I was talking to Ted on chat. That's who I was talking to whenever y'all were saying, "What are you doing? We're asking you questions. Why are you not talking?" Ted, we've been talking backwards and forwards since I guess last year, where we did the review for the Minuteman and then the Titan. And I was letting him know that the culmination of all of that year's worth of work, year and some change worth of work, ended as of 5 o'clock today, because we actually published the CTL 5324, the CTS 14, and then his DSP Armory Titan, as well as having a lot of conversations like this about it. So, Ted and Drew both are here. Awesome. So, good. Nice. Welcome, guys. Glad to see you here, for sure. And yeah, I was telling them about StreamYard, but unfortunately, they don't know what StreamYard is, and so we'll have to get them up to speed. Maybe they can join us one week for a show or a how-to, or maybe I can pull them into Mind Image Armory and do another one of those lovely webcasts that Buck keeps telling me to do, and I keep forgetting or keep getting too busy to do so. And yes, Buck, you're welcome to stop by. Bring the kids too when you go to see them. We'll pull out the Titan, and you got to bring the ammo though, because like you said, his Russian steel ammo is not doing so good.
I have some Indian 308. It's really expensive though. Yeah, this has already been covered. That I'm planning on retiring on this ammo if I sell any of it. So, yep. Yeah, I figure it's better to just be open and upfront about that. Okay, so thank you. We got more detail on that one than you can shake a stick at.
Well, no, there's still a bunch of material in the article there that I didn't touch on any of the pros or cons or whatever. So, but I did ramble a bit.
Hey, let's see. Where should we go next? Let's see here. I saw Jose Juan popped up, and I apologize, dude. The way the screen works, your little icon was sitting just down off where I scrolled a little and was like, oh, he is down there. So I appreciate you sending me that message to let me know you were there, which I'm assuming means, put me in, coach. So now you get an opportunity to talk about the titanium bulk carrier group from the carbon fiber AR-15 build, which I think we got the wrong picture up there on this one, because that's the other build that has the red anodized bulk carrier group. So I should probably go ahead and change that.
You gotta go to the pictures below have the actual
Yep.
of the RCBA bulk carrier group. And yeah, guys,
Clearly, whoever edited this was asleep on the job.
yeah, so of course, I'm Jose Juan, or JJ, here at Gear Report, and yeah, I've been absent for a little bit, not completely away, because I keep on communicating with Jeff about how everything's going, and also in the background, talking about how the channel's going, and the different articles and things that I had pending, and this is one of them. And there's still a couple more that are lingering that I'm working on and should be published here pretty soon. But this is one of the items that RCA Rubber City Armory provided for our lightweight builds, and it's a titanium BCG that is has like a black kind of boron coating, nickel boron coating on it. That it's actually really interesting, because an incredible, a lot of people have trouble finding a pretty decent bolt carrier on the lightweight perspective, one that functions very well. And the other issue that a lot of people have is that they have either overgassed or undergassed their platform whenever they try to go shoot it, and not being able to find a decent gas plug for the barrel, then you end up having a lot of more gas on your bolt carrier, and it makes your rifle shoot fairly harshly. So this company, the Rubber City Armory, what they did is they actually created a way of mitigating the amount of gas that you're receiving from the gas plug and from the barrel by creating an adjustable system with the bolt carrier. So you can see the description and everything on the article, and what ends up doing is you can actually reduce the amount of blowback that you are getting from the burnt powder into the bolt carrier, because it actually has a port where it kind of cuts off some of that gas and allows you to tune that rifle better to where your cases are ejecting about the same position all the time, and it eliminates some of the jarring from the overgassing. So it's a pretty good bolt carrier, incredibly smooth. I thought that it was going to be a little bit rougher and have more machining issues with it, or more signs of machining. And the first thing I got is I ran my fingernail on the surface, and that's so easy to clean. So it's got a whole bunch of good positive things to it.
Yeah. Okay. I want you to read, if you can see the screen.
Well, I'm working from the dungeon today, so I don't have my computer with me. I'm on the phone, so.
Okay. All right, and that's good for you, because they've got a bunch of big words that I don't think I can pronounce in here that pertain to the different coatings and way that they treated the surface. So if you want to test your linguistic skills, go see if you can read this article out loud, and let us know in the comments how that goes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a pretty cool one. I've shot with that a few times, and pretty smooth. I like it.
It's a pretty special black coating that they talk about over there, and like I said, right now I can't really look at it because I don't have the computer. I'm really just on my phone on the dungeon.
Gotcha. Dungeon.
Yeah, I guess if people are
Yeah, you're at your reloading bench. I was like, dungeon?
Yeah,
You don't have a dungeon, do you? But
Yes,
forgot.
over in my utility area where I have my reloader and all of my other equipment. So you guys have have ever wondered of where we do some of the other extra things for our shooting and everything? I have my both of the reloaders over here, the Dillon, no, the Hornady Precision, the 5-stage press, and then I have the other what's that other press? I can't think of the name right now, but it's a more of a manual 5-station press as well, but it's more of a operator usage.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah, we had a few other people show up. G23's out there. The tactical pickle, not our camping pickle, the tactical pickle, Calaveras 32 specials out there. We saw Defense Dad has graced us with his presence yet again. So welcome, everyone. We appreciate you being here and noticing things like, Hobo Jeff. It's a service that I try to provide is to keep you guys guessing who's going to show up. So, yeah. All right, let's keep moving here. That one went to Jose Juan. So why don't we go to TJ? TJ, you had one, didn't you? Oh, there it is.
Yep.
This is the one that that the Rogue Banshee emailed me about a day or two ago and said, dude, I see TJ's got this Mantis X10 Elite shooting system review as pending. It's about to go live. I guess I missed the boat. I was about to publish one. I said, no, dude, go ahead, do yours. You're going to do a video. TJ's doing written. You're going to have different perspectives. The more the merrier. Come on. So TJ, you get to tell us what you think about it. And who else? Clover. Hadn't Clover done this one from the archery perspective? Now it looks like you've got it on a shotgun and maybe some other stuff. So
I put it on. I put it on pretty much every pistol I had. A couple of the ARs. They are the pistol AR and then that shotgun. And it's great. I mean, if you put in the work and the practice, you go through the directions and do what they say and all that. I improved a bunch. I mean, the shotgun was as a pump shotgun. I mean, I didn't improve that much at all. It was like I think I got worse. But all the pistols I got better on certain areas. Some areas like I'm still working on the drop the mag, reload, and shoot. I'm still practicing on some of those. But I mean, it's great. It's it's a lot cheaper than throwing lead down range right now. So I mean, if you want to do some trigger time, throw one of these on and see what you can do.
Yeah. So I just received something. I'm going to tease something, but before you give us some more thoughts on this, I'm going to tease something that just showed up yesterday, and that is from Mantis. They call it the Blackbeard, and it is it's a fake bolt carrier and charging handle, and a magazine that's really like a big battery pack. The two go together to, number one, disable. So you literally cannot fire a round through the AR, which makes it safe for dry fire practice wherever. And then what it does is it electronically resets your trigger. So you can fire up to 10 times a second and it'll reset your trigger. So why am I mentioning that on this Mantis X10 Elite?
Because that would have helped me a lot.
Because they go together.
Yes.
Yeah. So, yeah, and this is where I was a little confused because I talked to Austin at Mantis about the Blackbeard at SHOT Show, and then it was delayed being released. So it took a while before it showed up. I forgot that it didn't have all the sensors built in. It just resets the hammer so that you get a full hammer drop every time you pull the trigger. So it came in, and I'm like, this isn't linked to the app. What am I doing wrong? Well, what I'm doing wrong is I forgot you still have to put your X10 or X10 Elite or whatever on the firearm to link to the app to record all the different things. And then the Blackbeard resets the trigger on the AR for you. So they work together.
Yeah, so that's pretty interesting because as soon as you tease that on Facebook, I believe both Joe and me, there were several people that commented that we wanted to try it, that we wanted to see that. We had questions like, what's going on with it?
Yeah.
So that explains it a little bit better.
It would have been great when I was using it, but I just worked on reloading all the time. I was good.
Yep.
Got my reps in.
Oh, excuse me.
Whoa.
I know it's the Rona. I know it. I can feel it. The Rona's overtaken me. Okay, so let's see. We'll stop that screen. We get all the panel back up here. Show of hands. Who does dry fire practice? Okay, who does it as much as you should? Yep, that's what I figured.
I had my hand up the whole time.
Lately I have been.
No doubt.
I've been doing the Mantis, but I enjoy it. I'm gonna every new pistol I get, I'm gonna throw it on there and work on it.
What in the world? Okay, I'm sorry. I just got distracted. Fire Jeff? That's not like a real hashtag, is it? Is this because of the homeless Jeff thing?
Not now. Well, it is now.
I feel like I'm being bullied into shaving.
Oh,
Oh, man. All right. I got distracted. Sorry. Someone's going to have to explain to me why there's a campaign to fire me.
we're gonna have to see if Fire Jeff is trending.
Yeah. Yeah, it'd be kind of cool if it is, though. Let's see. So you should for sure. I'm assuming that relates to I dry fire all the time, not to the Fire Jeff. I'm just going to go out on a limb there. Okay.
That's not the way I took it.
Little column A, little column A, little column B. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so for anyone who wants to, how can we do this? Mantis, if you do dry fire, if you have the Mantis products, you can have, what do they call it, friends or followers or whatever within the...
In your groups, yeah.
I'm with you, Honcho. I'm with you, brother. Thank you. Or you're with me. Whatever it is, I appreciate it. Anyhow, if you're using any of the Mantis products that work through the app, then you can link to other people so you can share stats, you can do competitions, you can, claim domination over people if you do better, or, hide your scores if you don't do so well. I don't know. But it's really neat. And since we talked about, since someone mentioned the Rona a little while ago and lockdowns and social distancing and all that stuff, where it's harder to get to the range and ammo's a little more scarce, telling you, this Mantis stuff isn't the cheapest thing you ever buy, but for what ammo costs today, the Mantis stuff is pretty cheap, So, is he showing off? What is that? Oh, is that the list of people you share with? Hold on, let me make him. Oh crap!
Phone.
You put it in.
Yeah.
There it is.
This one's an old phone. This one's an old phone that I had laying around, an old Android phone that I had lying around that I use when I'm teaching classes. So I'll use the Open Training application with the Mantis to do when I'm doing concealed carry classes or shooting classes with shooters who are struggling to trying to dial in their grip or dial in what's wrong with their shooting pattern and that kind of thing. I was showing the app for multiple reasons. And one was because you were talking about the fact that you can gamify with your friends and you can compete with your friends via, an account login and sharing all that. But there's also different functions and features. It's not just the Mantis X with the gyroscope or the gyrometer or whatever's inside of it. It's not just that. There's actually also, more advanced training. There's more advanced capabilities as it steps up in products up to the X10 Elite system where it's at now. And it's not just and you're right, it's not super cheap. I mean, it's like what, $150, $200 to buy one of the Mantis X's. And then it's like $300, $350, something like that to buy a CERT training pistol. And if you get the metal slide, it's a little bit more. But just like you just said, the way things are going right now, that's like what, 4 boxes of ammo? I mean, come on.
No joke. I mean the Mantis products weren't what I would call expensive before.
Yeah.
But given where ammo's gone, it's become so much more like this is a no-brainer now.
Yeah, amen.
I mean, you got to put it into the idea of what's an expenditure and what's an investment, and really the sense of being an investment because it's for the long run, and you can continue tweaking and
not only
your ability.
Not only can it help you with your ability, but this CERT pistol that I've had, This little red, and just for those of you in internet land, this is not a real firearm. This is an inert firearm that only puts a red beam. It's a shot indicating resetting trigger, SIRT pistol made by Next Level Training. It's not real, so I'm not holding a real gun on YouTube. Jesus. So
How do you really feel?
So
disclaimers away. This one, and I am not exaggerating when I say this, I've owned this since 2010, 9, 10, 11, somewhere along through there. This was one of the first generation SIRT pistols that they made. I cannot, it is literally impossible for me to tell you how many times I've pulled the trigger on this firearm. I've even had children play with it, like little kids running, and they pulled the trigger like crazy. I cannot tell you how many classes I've used this in, how many different shooters have used it. It is literally impossible. And I've never even had to change the battery on it or nothing, man. And yes, it was $300 or whatever, even back then, $275 with training counselor prices or what have you. And this is the plastic side, so this is the cheaper one. But yeah, again, it's an investment not only in your skills, because this is always laying, like I can sit here and just do dry fire while I'm talking to people and practice my trigger reset or whatever while I'm on conference calls, or I can punch out and practice draws or use Manus X. Not only is it all that, but it's a bag of chips too. I'm just saying, all that and a bag of chips.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not that often that I think we all get excited about a product like that. But I'm telling you, Mantis was right on the money timing wise, anticipating. See, they knew the Rona was coming. That's what it is. They successfully predicted it, and introduced the ideal product for people to still work on their shooting skills while stuck at home, even during the Rona. Look at that. It's removable. All right. Let's see here. Where shall we go next? All right. We've done those. All right. I'm going to talk about one. Jason did not join us. So I'm going to talk real quick about one that he did. This is a real quick review. Like the whole video is like 2 minutes or something, but it's a powerful 2 minutes. And I'm going to tell you all about this, even though, as far as I know, not a single one of you has a Humvee, right? So why do you care? Because this product will work with a standard civilian vehicle as well as a 24-volt military vehicle. It's the Noco Genius G26000. It's a smart battery maintenance device. You might call it a battery charger, but it actually has some kind of smart function to analyze the state of the battery and apply certain corrective charging patterns to help recover battery capacity and make sure everything is as it should be. And it also works as a jump start assist. It'll charge at like 30 amps for 5 minutes to like give you a quick bulk charge to try to get a vehicle started. So pretty cool product. As it is described here, it is customized for a military vehicle with a NATO power adapter. We call them the politically incorrect slave plugs, but I don't know why. That's just what they're called. But you can also get it with a variety of different type of battery clips or connectors or whatever. So if you like your car to start or truck to start when you go get in it, you maybe want to take care of your battery, especially as it's about to get colder in the Northern Hemisphere. So if that interests you, click the links in here to go look at getting yourself one of these Noco Genius. I think 2600. I think it's 26,000. Yes, there's a typo in there. Another poor job by the editor. The editor's going to be flogged. I'll just be honest with you. This is unacceptable. We don't take to this kind of slackness from the editing staff. Here at Gear-Report.
Hashtag Fire Jeff is coming back.
Yeah.
Oh, it is. It is. Yep, no doubt. What in the world? Oh, Hacho Fett. You know, we were getting along so well, and then you had to go say that.
You kind of missed the conversation, but it's okay. You can just bring up something out of context.
Nintendo Cerakote design on it. I'm not a fan of any kind of making real guns look like toys. So, okay. But yes, I no doubt it was completely out of context. Oh, there's been all kind of massive discussion going on out in the chat, and I'm not going to try to help force people off the range. No. Here's the deal, Pickle. I want more people shooting because, as you may have noticed, I've been trying to get it out there that I bought a bunch of ammo with the goal of flipping it for lots and lots of money, right? If people aren't going to the range and shooting, they're not going to burn through ammo. They're not going to be willing to help me retire off of this ammo. So I want people shooting as much as possible safely at appropriate targets, but I want them shooting. All right, let's see. Oh, this is interesting. So, man, breaking news right here at This Week at Gear Report. There will be a webinar with Mining Ridge Armory in the next few weeks. And, I agree, Buck. Can't wait either. All right. So let's see. Moving on. What else shall we talk about this evening? We are working through, I think, the only thing left, how would they say it? The pièce de résistance.
The coup de
Yes,
grace.
the one we've been waiting on. And waiting.
Yes.
And waiting. Yeah.
And waiting and waiting.
Was it worth the wait, Toby?
Waiting. Yeah. Well, I mean, see, if I told you, then I'm giving away the article, right? So if I tell you,
you're going to give it away anyways.
You're right. Yes, it's worth the wait. So to be fair to DSP Armory and to be fair to me, both, right? So they actually, after we went out to SHOT Show 2018 is where I met them at their booth and talked through their products. And then we talked through whether we were going to do reviews for them and that kind of thing. And so it was, March, April, May, June, I don't know, August, who knows, somewhere along through there of the first year we went out. And I can't remember if that was 2018 or 2019. It was 2019, right? It was January 2019. And so it was that long before they even started sending me the rifles and stuff to review. There was a problem with the lower receiver, and it wasn't DSP Armory's problem. It was they had sent me one of the wrong prototypes for the Titan, and so I had to ship that to them. And those of you who know about FFL, that's a joy, always a joy. And so it had to go back, and then they had to send me one. Well, by the time we got the rifle back in, a couple of the optics companies had fallen through for doing the review, for being the glass for the review. And then, it was March of this year. And then of course the COOF hit, and we did get commitment from Crimson Trace to send us an optic for it. So it's taken me since March to actually run it through its paces, actually put some ammo down range, actually give it a legit and total review. And so it's really only actually taken me about 7 months, 6-7 months of actually reviewing it and giving it a hard time to get it to where it's at. So in my defense, we've been talking about it for a very, very long time, but logistically speaking, it's only actually been about 6 or 7 months of me reviewing the rifle and pushing it down range. So yeah, it's a solid performer. I mean, again, I don't want to give away the video. I don't want to give away all of the pros and cons. I will say this, that if you're looking for, and if you watch a lot of the major shooters now, including some of James Yeager's shooters, I won't say that the bolt action rifle is dead. Okay, I won't say that. That is not a true statement by any stretch of the imagination. However, it is the general consensus in the industry that now that we're getting some of the AR-10 platforms and some of the larger caliber platforms like 6.5 Creedmoor and so on and so forth, actually solidified in a semi-automatic format that's more of the AR style, it is getting more and more to where you're pushing yourself to talk yourself into buying a bolt rifle compared to an AR platform rifle for precision shooting, long, match shooting, that kind of thing. And so this one, if you're looking for, where I was going with that is if you're looking for an out of the box one where I can just buy it, throw a piece of glass on it and go, this is definitely a top contender for it. And as far as I know, they're still offering a 10% discount using the GR10 or Gear Report 10, GR10 code at checkout. And furthermore, beyond the fact that I reviewed the 308, they actually offer it in a 338 Lapua straight off the website. And you can contact them directly via the contacts or via telephone, and you can get pretty much any of the larger caliber setups for platforms of an AR, of that larger AR platform. So you're not just locked into the 308. Thank you. I'm glad you liked it, Buck. And yeah, you can see from the content that it was months and months worth. So you got segments of me dressed one way and segments of me here and segments of me there. So it was a pretty long review.
We can watch your beard grow.
Yes, you can. Yeah. Watch my homelessness grow.
Such a copycat.
I know. Well, I mean, you're my peer, right? And my hero. So I got to be like Jeff. Like Jeff. If I could be like Jeff.
I'm just waiting to see the Fire Toby hashtag pop up now.
Hashtag Fire Toby. Buck, you gonna throw that out there for us? Hashtag Fire Toby.
Yeah.
Probably not.
So,
yeah, I fake it.
Yeah. So anyhow, great video. Go watch it. One of the more comprehensive reviews I've ever had the pleasure of being a part of on the editing side. So I definitely would say it's worth a few minutes to go check it out. And with that, I'm going to stop. We're not going to watch the whole video. That's got like 22 minutes left. So I'm going to leave a little something. That was a tease, right? Just a little tease. You can't handle the full Toby experience right now. So we're just going to give you a little bit, and you can go get the rest later when you're ready.
Well, yeah, and you could have shown the one scene that TJ was giving me a hard time about. That would have been a good one to queue up the token.
There's two. That, and then I would have blown that butterfly off the end of that barrel.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Pink mist.
So I'm not. Yeah, I'm not gonna say whether.
No question asked. It would have been like, boom.
Well,
awesome.
so but what yes, and so that was my first thought, right? So my initial thought was deep breath, slow trigger squeeze to the rear, but my spotter said, "Hang on a second, I gotta get a picture of that," and I was like. And so by the time I hesitated, it was too late. iPhones were coming out, and so yeah.
I would have been like, "What? Oh, sorry, comms went out. Oh, I didn't hear that."
Comms are down. Comms are down. Repeat. Yeah. So, yeah. So that butterfly did literally land right on the tip of the barrel, right when we were. I mean, and it was warm. I guess that's why he landed there. So, chilly morning, he was warm in his cojones.
Yep. All right. Well. Excellent. Thank you for that. And thanks to all the brands that participated in that review. And I'm still on the fence about the Armory. I want to say, part of me wants to say, kudos to DSP Armory for everything that they've done in association with this review. However, someone sent Toby a picture of him on the big screen at their booth at SHOT Show, and his head swelled a little bit. He's like, "Oh yeah, I'm live at SHOT Show even when I'm not at SHOT Show," and I was like, "Oh come on, guys, what are you doing to me?" But
this year, if they have SHOT Show this year, and if DSP Armory's out there, I'll be rolling real heavy because they'll have all the videos posted up there.
That's a good point.
Boom, I'll be rolling. It'll be like instead of 2 videos, I'll be looping like 6 or 5. The Crimson Trace videos.
So have you worked something out?
Yeah.
Have you worked something out to spend some time in their booth?
No. I haven't actually. So, that may be a thing. They tried to get me to come last year, and they were going to buy me dinner or something like that, and make sure I provided them with the videos. I think they really want me to come by, and we're offering dinner just so I could bring them a thumb drive with videos. But ended up doing the Dropbox share thing.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. I offered some pocket cheese for you, but it wasn't enough to entice you to come along.
No, I was much happier with the circus level McDonald's cheeseburgers.
Yeah, it was pretty good. Maybe should we have SHOT this year? See, that's part of the discussion that's happening out in the chat. So if you've missed the chat, go check the chat out. And I just asked the basic question: who thinks it'll happen? I know we've talked about this a few times on and off as we get closer to election day. I keep hearing more grumblings from people in the industry. Oh, it ain't going to happen. It's going to get canceled. It's either going to be probably not the mayor of Vegas, maybe, probably going to be like at the governor level in Nevada. Someone is going to call it off. No one wants to be the one who's going to do that yet. So I'm curious on the panel, who thinks it's going to happen? Wow. So I'm going to count that as 2 people because we all know that Mitch had his hand up.
Oh, yeah.
He did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, brother.
I'm kind of on the idea that there's too many international agencies and too many international people trying to come into that show. So it really puts a burden onto everything, all of the safety and security concerns that not only the normal stuff that they always go with, but all the added factor. And I really do not think the show is going to happen. And if it does, it's going to be incredibly restrictive to how freely people can move and everything that goes on. So it's if it ever is a logistical nightmare to set up SHOT Show, add this onto it.
Yeah, I mean, just think about the things like let's say 6 Hours still had a factory in Germany. Maybe too soon to talk. Maybe too soon. But let's pretend they did still have one, okay? And they were planning on shipping all of that equipment and people over from Germany. And you have to have the 10 to 15 days quarantine ahead of time, and blah blah blah, plus shipping and imports and so on and so forth. So like Janik, for example, if they're going to bring anything over from Turkey instead of just using Century Arms in U.S., anything like that, it's going to be a logistics nightmare, like he said.
I can't speak for Turkey, but the Germans are kind of good at planning and executing things. If history has taught us anything, but I'm just saying their stuff will probably be there. The other companies, I don't know.
Yeah.
Plus, they can bankroll the employees for a couple of weeks. They'll be all right. Like, hey, go party in Vegas. It's fun. They got plenty of money.
Yeah, even the logistics within the U.S. itself, of course, keeping in mind what Nevada is doing within their realm of constraints, there's really, yes, we are 4 months away from show to being on. Yeah, I don't believe that things are going to happen. And on top of that, with the election year, let's see what happens with what administration gets the hands on the command, I guess, whether one keeps it or the other one acquires it. Even more so of a gray shadow or cloud that is bringing on into the equation. It's just a bad idea.
Yeah, I'm scrolling through the pre-made banners we have here.
I was going to say storing cheese in your pocket and walking around all day is a bad idea, but that doesn't stop some people. You got to drive forward. You got to.
He's had pocket cheese. We've had backpack pizza.
Backpack pizza was kind of awesome.
So that's what I'm saying. That type of innovation, motivation is what's going to make this SHOT Show go down. People are going to, hey, we got to do this, do that. People are going to, you know what? I want to go. Let's do
I like the enthusiasm. That's what I'm talking about. Let's make it happen. I mean, if we survive backpack pizza and pocket cheese, I mean,
what can stop us?
A little bug.
Yeah, I mean, seriously. So TJ was like unable to work for 2 weeks, maybe 3 after SHOT Show, but no one blamed backpack pizza for that. It was the SHOT Show crud.
At least.
Yeah.
And if I went to the doctor, we would know, but nobody goes to the doctor.
Yeah, well, and at that point, they didn't know. They didn't have the ability to identify if it was the Rona yet. It was too early.
The key to stopping that is to make sure your body is at least 40 to 60% alcohol prior to arriving.
That's why I didn't get sick till I got home.
That's right. See?
The whole time there, nothing.
It's more of a sobering experience being there, right?
That plane right back.
Yeah. Yeah, so something that was mentioned on the Armed Citizen podcast, which if that's not something you watch regularly, go check out. Ghost Tactical has the Armed Citizen podcast on Monday evenings. And something someone brought up yesterday evening was that I think they said 1,500 people was the max number of attendees for any event in Vegas right now. How's that going to translate a couple months from now? I don't know. But like if they had to do it at 1,500 people, I actually heard something a month and a half ago that there was a contingency plan that to have like 1,000 attendees. Now, how they would cull out of the 50 or 60,000 typical SHOT Show attendees, just 1,000 of them, and say these are the ones worthy of getting a seat at this table at this party. That could be interesting. Oh man, I imagine there'd be some ticked off people after that. Both the ones who have to go and the ones who don't get to go. Anyhow, yeah, it'll be interesting.
Yeah, I think that the other thing that people were discussing, or that I had heard mentioned, is that they were going to increase the levels or increase the area that they could do the exposition in. That way, it would thin out the people per square foot area and be able to, increase the attendance, or not decrease it as much. Let's put it that way. Forget about increasing it. If it's already at 50,000 people, they might be able to bring in half that amount by increasing the square footage of the show itself.
Yeah, maybe. Well, and maybe it's fortuitous that they've already booked some square footage over at Caesars. I mean, they announced it 3-4 years ago that they were going to start working towards it, and that 2021 would be the first iteration of SHOT Show that went across Las Vegas Boulevard over to Caesars in their exhibition space as well. What is that? Little Lego ladies? Is that what that is?
Dancing pickles?
Oh.
Yeah. Honcho had said there's a lot of single moms in Vegas that would disagree and that they need the money or whatever. Wow. And so I did the little dancer emoticon.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Catch
They're
up.
only moms once
Catch
they leave Vegas.
Oh.
All right. I think that's about it for this evening. What do you guys think? Any other topics anyone would like to bring up? I shall yield the floor.
No soon to be published?
Oh, yeah, soon to be published. Holy smokes. It's like I'm sleeping on the job here. This is embarrassing.
For the win.
You have to fire the editor and the guy running the control board here. Oh, my goodness. There are going to be some openings at Gear-Report real soon. That's all I'm saying.
Pending reviews that have been already clicked on for evaluation or for editing.
Yeah. Okay. So what's coming, guys?
So, I've got a bunch of little pieces parts from Odinworks on the new the Arrow AR I'm going to build.
Yeah.
So I've got like 6 and everything. I got the ambi safety, ring, barrel nuts. I got all kinds of stuff. So I just bought everything Odinworks. I'm going to put it together. It's all blue. So we work on that.
Look at this. We're just breaking new ground here. I'm throwing convention to the wind and saying, screw it. I'm giving a peek behind the curtain. So what do we have coming? We know we got some camping gear list stuff that Randall's been working on. Jose Juan's got an overview of that carbon fiber rifle. The U.S. Survival Pack. So that's a Henry survival rifle. So that one looks like it is in editing or in writing right now. Let's see. TJ's got the micro pistol cleaning kit from our friends at Cedar Mill Fine Firearms. This must be just pending. Yeah, that's just the pending articles. That's all I'm gonna tease people with. There are no less than 263 unfinished draft articles at Gear Report right now. Which, by the way, we recently eclipsed the 1,000 published articles mark, which we would not have been able to do without the contribution of every single one of the content creators here today. So thank you very much. Much appreciated.
Whoop, whoop.
I take that back. Mitch, you're out of that because
Oh, okay.
a couple. And,
I was going to say
we
I've got
were
something
10
new, but I
past
guess
it.
I'll publish it somewhere
11,
else.
So
That's
we could have
Yeah,
done it without Mitch.
Yeah, so that survival rifle is the pack that we received, and there was a preview review kind of what we thought about it, and then the contents on it, and I actually, yeah, and I actually had it for several months, and I actually did a accuracy shoot with it, and it was a little bit troubling or troublesome to accomplish, but I mean, you'll see the results for it. Like I said, it's pending review, so you will see more on the rifle itself, not necessarily the whole pack in general, but what the rifle performed. And following on the 22 long rifle portion of the gear report, the AR-7 is at 22. We also have a bolt quartz and Summit action rifle that I've been working on, and that one is going to be pushed for review here in the next week or so. Once I embed all the pictures and do more shooting with it to finalize the accuracy review, and it'll be on the editor's table.
And Fortune is a heck of a rifle too. I mean, that's something people should be looking forward to seeing.
Yeah. I mean, there's several other reviewers and other people that have gotten their hands on that rifle, and everybody keeps on making good comments about the rifle and how it performs. So ours is going to be a little bit different because it has a couple more features that I haven't seen on the other areas. So I hope you all like it. Jeff is showing all the different things that come in the pack, in the survival pack.
That's a good idea. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's kind of the neat thing about that, Henry. The survival rifle, that AR-7 backpack rifle, has been around for decades. So really what they did that what I thought was a little innovative in this case was they packaged it in a gun case and put survival supplies as well. So, if you're like the dude getting in the snowcat up in Alaska to go out to the backwoods camp, grab this, toss it in there with you. You got your rifle in here. Let me show you this.
Within the pack, since we do have the article already written and people can go see it.
That's all I get to show you, because any more would be violating the Grand Overlord's rules here on YouTube and showing an actual firearm that is in proximity to my hand.
Yeah.
Don't hold back. Tell us how you really feel.
Yeah, but the pack pretty much sets you up for 4 or 5 days of surviving, and that is without taking any quarry or any animals that you're going to be able to eat. So I mean that's pretty solid right there. Yep. Considering being that compact.
Yeah. All right. Anyone else want to talk about stuff that's upcoming?
I don't have anything major. That was actually the end of most of my big items that were in queue for Gear Report. I've got several little small projects I'm working on for Mine and Ridge Armory, and content I'll be publishing for Mine and Ridge Armory. Obviously, also to Gear Report, right? So you publish the how-to videos or whatever on the Mine and Ridge Armory YouTube channel, and then the written article portion over on Gear Report to make sure that everybody's getting a little love off of it. But as far as big giant products, scopes, things like that, rifles, etc. I just killed my queue as of 5 o'clock today. I killed the queue, so I got some stuff in Mine and Ridge. Yeah, well, no, because now I'm shifting gears over to the Mine and Ridge Armory side of the house and try to share some of that love too. But at least it won't be as complicated, I guess.
Your boss over there is an ass.
I know. Total jerk.
That's so bad, Jeff. I could have used that thing.
I know. So this video, since I'm not allowed to,
Yeah.
I actually don't even know if I'm allowed to do that. Like,
Probably not. This thing's not.
so I pulled up a video of it just to be safe. That's
How
the
easy would that have been?
weird system. And you can see, just pulling the trigger and it resets it.
I had to charge it every time.
So there you go. Cool stuff. That
pretty
was
cool.
play.
Yeah, there were a couple of people on the chat that were asking for a little teaser to see a picture of it or something. So there it is.
Yep. There we go. All right. Anyone else want to talk about something? No. All right. I was
Jeff is back
All
on.
right, just back on.
a little disappointed to see the chat kind of dry up on us there in the last couple minutes. But since this was the last thing that was posted, I'm like, okay, maybe that chat deserves to die.
We overran our 30 minutes into an hour.
We did. So thank you. Oh my, we did. We have passed an hour. So sorry about that, but not sorry. I think it was a good discussion. Thank you, everyone.
I blame Toby
here. I appreciate the lively and active discussion out in the chat. If you weren't a part of it, if you're watching in replay, go back to the chat if you can access it, because there were some neat side discussions we didn't even talk about. So we want you to be in the know. We'll be back again next week. In theory, same time, same place, 8 p.m. in the Eastern time zone on Wednesday with This Week at Gear Report. Until then, we'll see you at the range.